onward and upward. I don't need your applause. It's the God Opplin LDTV. Here for a short time, not a long time. How y'all doing, man? Feeling great. I am feeling great. That 5K is this weekend. That 5K is this Saturday. I ain't gonna cap. I'm a little nervous about it. I'm a little nervous about that 5K. So 5K is a good 3 miles. I'm not nervous about the running part. It's just something new. I think it's just the idea of a new event that I'm doing. My wife and my daughter, they usually do it every year with her school. And I decided this year, man, I might as well hop in there and do it. I might as well. Something new I can add to my things that I've done. Plus, it's just important for us, black people, to do stuff that's outside of our comfort zone. Yes, this goes for every culture, but as I always say, for the most part, I try to speak for us because that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do other shit besides the typical nigga shit. We got to do shit outside of our comfort zone. That's how you become a well-rounded person with lots of experiences. I know the typical shit niggas love to do is hit the club, drink, just regular, just shit that is just so normalized within our community, man. Go to the movies. Some people barely even travel. Or you know what? Even when some people travel, they get to their destination, they really just stay around their hotel. Barely go outside their hotel, but so in the town that they go to, they don't even really venture out and really see the city. And so it's important that we, whatever city we go to vacation in, we actually get out and experience the city. Experience wherever you at, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, 5K, that's just something that, let's keep it a bucko. You don't really hear black folks talking about I'm gonna do a 5K. You don't hear it. It's rare. Yes, there is some, but it is rare. And so I want to add that to the things that I've done. Plus, it's just great to move your body. It's great to exercise, and it's gonna be in the morning. So Saturday morning, most of y'all still gonna be sleep drooling and shit. Most of y'all gonna be sleep drooling on y'all pillows while I'm gonna be out there running. I know for a fact I'm not gonna be running the full 3 miles. I ain't gonna cap. I will not be running the full 3 miles, but I'm gonna do my best. Another thing too is like me being competitive. Who knows, man? Because I used to be in track myself, and doing practice, I would get dusted in practice, but once the actual race come, man, I ain't playing around. I'm grabbing that first place ribbon. hmm So, yeah, if you're new here, smash the like button, smash the sub button to stay connected. Chucking and driving TV. I've seen you around a couple of places. You said the sweetest woman in the world could be the meanest woman. I R. Kelly. I R. Kelly. Nah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, moving your body is important for men and women. It's important for, a lot of us is just, even if you're young, being older is great to move your body and stay active. Like I always say, you're not old. A lot of y'all are not old at all. You're just lazy as fuck and you don't move your body. So you need to move your body, get your blood flowing. That's why a lot of these dudes out here had his ED issues. Sit around, eat, and just go to sleep. You don't move your body. Or maybe you drink too much or some shit like that. Mm. But my meat is working perfectly. But yeah, let's get into this. Salute Rhonda. Smash the like button or smash the sub button. You know what? Also, y'all can also, if you feel away, go ahead and smash the unlike button too. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this thing. Um, so I heard that T.I.'s son King, I heard that he apologized to 50 Cent's son Marquis, talking about, man, I spoke out of emotion, and I guess he finally understanding that is his grandma that he was going in on and shit like that. Basically, I feel like it's just a play to try to get in good with Marquis, to try to gain some intel on 50 Cent, Marquis's father, estranged father. As we all know, they don't have a relationship at all. But I feel like it's a failed attempt, because at this point, Marquis is far removed from his dad. Like, he ain't been around his dad in the longest. So it's a failed attempt, and I feel like it's a pointless thing for King to try to do. Secondly, I feel like it's too late to apologize. It's too late to apologize. This is why it's important. This is why it's so important to be aware of what you say. Now, I get it. If you're there's a lot of people on here who talk just to talk for no damn reason. They just talk to hear themselves talking. That's all they do. So within all that talking that these motherfuckers be doing, you're gonna end up saying something that you're gonna regret. I'm not a person who just talks just to hear myself fucking talk. That's why LDTV is always here for a short time, not a long time. I'm not here just to talk, man. But it's just really important to be aware of what you say, because once those words leave your lips, nobody's obligated to forgive what you say. Nobody's obligated at all. So, me, I always feel like it's more important to observe than talk. But we see people that just run their mouth, talk in circles and all that jazz. It is what it is. But we all know the ones who are loud are the weakest. And me, it's not like I just try to be quiet, but it's just a part of my nature. It's just a part of my nature to just not speak as much. I just don't like to talk to hear myself talk, and that's the main thing. Y'all already know, like I said, this is just going live or just having a channel in general is out of my comfort zone. So, but I digress. Back to King. But like I said, you gotta be real mindful of what you say out of your lips, So me, if you ever hear me on here being disrespectful, I mean every word I say. Because, like I said, I always lead with respect. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a living. I respect everybody the same. Until you start to play with me or something on some level, then the respect begins to leave, and I become a towards you. I become a savage. That's just how I am, man. Like I said, I always say, I'm not nice. I'm just respectful, super respectful. But yeah, King, he got to stand on what he said, man. You got to stand on what you say. It's too late now, bro. It's too late. But the thing is that he's finally coming down from his high from being a clown on the internet. So he wants to try to play some damage control, but it's too late. And again, like I said, I feel like it's a failed attempt for him to even try to go that route. Because what information does Marquis even, like, maybe he has some old info on 50, but at this point, his mom has pretty much revealed everything to really go against 50. And this is really going to show, in my opinion, this is really going to show Marquis's true character. Because I get it. Like, you can have your issue with your dad. That's between you and your father. But to actually start, like, linking up with his enemies, then that's another thing, bro. Like, you just a true lame in that sense. Especially a dude that just went ham on your dead grandma. Yeah, I get it. He never met his grandma, but that's still your blood, regardless. Jay Gibb, salute, fam. I appreciate you sliding through. So again, y'all, I am a supporter of T.I. and 50 Cent, but this was just all uncalled for, I feel. Yes, 50 did push it further as far as bringing up Tiny's mom, but can we just be honest with Tiny, man? Like, can we be honest? Why is T.I. and Son? Well, I understand why King is mad, because that's his mother and he feels like his mom's being clowned. But in the same sense, like, did 50 Cent lie? Did he lie to any of y'all? Did he lie? Like, I mean, what's her name again? Tiny. She does look bogus. And we've seen the botched plastic surgery that she's gotten. Like, she's not a looker, my nigga. I get it, like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes, but hey, man, she's his own. He's his own, man. We already know Chip is running around on her, but still, like, this is the thing. You can't be mad at the truth because somebody says it out loud. And also, it's like selective outrage, because how come you didn't go in on Kodak Black when he says something, when he clowned her? Like, what happened then? Where was you at then? Where was King then when Kodak Black, back when Nipsey passed away, and T.I. and them had that little, he tried to intervene because Kodak Black, remember Kodak Black said that that Lauren London, like, was fine and some shit. Talking about, he was trying to smash them cheeks. That's basically what he was trying to do. Just to and T.I. felt like he needed to step in and try to tell him to calm down, which, it really wasn't his business, but we know how T.I. is. I'm just keeping it a buck on T.I. T.I.'s biggest moment is going to Houston and getting beat up. Remember the situation with Lil Flip? Yeah, went to Houston, got beat up. Yeah, he pulled up. But the thing is, like, that situation wasn't even that serious. But, he wanted to play the tough guy and all that jazz. And let's keep it at 100. Like Ti, like I said, as much as I am a supporter of him, I'm just keeping it a buck. He never really ran Atlanta like that. Like he never had Atlanta unlocked because he had to deal with Ludacris, he had to deal with Jeezy. So it goes back to what I said. Like, why are why is there even the idea of 50 and Ti doing a verses together? They're not even comparable. Again, Ti has tons of hits, but the impact that they had on the culture is not even equal. Not at all. So it's in my opinion, it's pointless for them to even be going in a verses together. As we seen, Ti pulled out of the verses with well, he decided to not go forward with a verses with Busta Rhymes. He knew what was gonna happen, you know, and he tried to blame it on just being in a different generation. But it's like, I mean, you would have got slaughtered anyway because just the classic songs that Busta been on, it was gonna supersede anything that he was coming with. Even though, like I said, his music, he got some dope ass music, but it's just that Ti, in all honesty, he has the record of being a bully and trying to turn up on situations, like being real selective on the situations he turn up on, but then turn a blind eye to the young YN Kodak. He didn't want that work. But as we know, 50 is far removed from rap, so it is weird that people actually are campaigning for him to get on a record. Like, you know, he hops on a record when he wants to hop on a record, and it's not about really making music for him. He's far beyond it. That's how he came in the game, but he has diversified his portfolio, for the better word. You know, he's beyond it. It's still his baby, but he's in bigger and better things. And but end all be all is that it's just not gonna turn out. It's just not gonna turn out good for Ti. And mark my words, because we know how 50 plays the long game. This is what y'all don't understand. 50 plays the long game. So after everybody's burnt out, and like I said, it's pretty much already played. Nobody's really. It's just a bunch of insults. It's making no real impact to 50's career or anything. But it's, you know, you got a bunch of broke motherfuckers on the internet cheerleading. But also, let me say this though. You know, King did stand in the paint, but we just know that this is. I hate to say this, because we understand that just because you're not from the hood, being from the hood doesn't mean that you're tougher than anybody at all. It's just the fact that we can smell, and I'm saying this exactly how I want to say it. We can smell King's character. We can smell that he's just all talk, that he runs off at the mouth. We can smell that. We can smell that on him. We can feel that vibration. At least I can. At least let me just say it that way. Speak for myself. Yeah, I gotta stand on that. I can smell for myself that he just be talking the talk. But for one, we know the scariest people do the most shit. Again, we know that scary people will quickly do something violent. So it's not about being tough or none of that shit. It's just that we can smell it on King that he's not really about that. He's just happy to be getting some attention. That's all. Happy to be getting some attention. He's happy that. And this is the thing. This is a kid that don't even respect his parents. So then that's what's so hypocritical about the situation. Like the kid, he don't even respect his parents. Yet he's gonna hop out there and reply to a truth being told about his mom. Cause let's just, like I said, let's keep it a buck. His mom is She's looking real bogus out here. Even remember back in the day, a lot of y'all may be too young, but even back in the day, Biggie said in a song, he was like, he'd rather, I think he said something like, he'd rather smash RuPaul. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if this exactly, but he said he'd rather smash RuPaul than any of those ugly ass escape bitches. Like, Tiny just never been a looker. Maybe people just liked it because she was light skinned or something like that, you know. But she's never been. Not saying she's just super ugly or nothing, but she's just never been the looker. And then, like I said, with the added on surgery that she's had these days is really looking bad for her. You know, it's she needs her money back ASAP, 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 ASAP. As Ti would say, ASAP. She need that money back ASAP. They did her ass dirty, and they did her lips dirty, her face dirty. And like I said, this ain't dissing, it's just the truth, man. You can't get mad at the truth. I get it, people are gonna get mad at the truth, but that's just the truth. But just moving on a little bit. There's a little bit of boxing. See, there's a little drama with Devin Haney. You know what, man? I'm gonna say this. I appreciate Bill Haney, man. I seen him on, I believe it was Fight Hype yesterday, and this dude is just in pure acting mode. He's in pure acting mode, and it's, of course, he's not a good actor, but I just respect as a father, man. I respect what he's doing for his son, man. Let me just say that. I respect what he's doing for his son. Jay Gibbs said I woke up on that one. Which one you talking about? My bad, bro. But yeah, Bill Haney, man, I gotta just say I respect Bill Haney. I respect what he's doing for his son. His job is to uplift his son's brand by any means necessary. Yes, yeah, of course, there's stuff I don't like, a lot of stuff that he says and stuff like that, but it is what it is, man. It ain't nothing personal at all. It's like, man, that's just stupid. And then, you know, the lies, but it is, man. It's just part of a promoter, man. All promoters are gonna lie to you. Ain't one of these promoters told 100% the truth. It is what it is. It's a game, man. It's a game. We got to remember that it's a game. It's an industry, so I just have to say that I wholeheartedly respect how he's playing it, because he understands his game. A lot of people, not, I mean to say not us, but a lot of people take boxing too serious. That's why they just so in their feelings all the time. This is a game they playing. Everybody's playing the same game. I think that's something that we have to stay very aware of. And also, like I said, we see Rolly out here thirsty. And this is the interesting thing about Rolly, is that me and a homeboy Don, shout out to the homie Don, when was that event? I went to an event down here in South Florida, maybe a month and a half ago or something like that. We seen Rolly at this event, and he said that he would not. This is the thing. My intention was to videotape the conversation, but he waved it away as if he wanted to stay off record. So, hey, I respected his privacy, that he wanted to keep it off record, and it is what it is. I ain't mad at that. But he told us that he wasn't gonna fight Devin Haney, and he's on Twitter just sounding real adamant, real thirsty to try to get that fight within the last couple of days. And I'm like, man, what changed? What happened? Like, he was straight telling us, like, man, nah, I'm not fighting, dude. You know, but At the end of the day, I understand things change. Things change. It is what it is. But still, bro, that bro was like, hell, he was, man. We were so, okay, all right. So the way I understood it was that, like, yeah, they ain't, it's what a lot of people say is that they ain't really trying to fuck with Devin like that. And I'll be honest, I got Devin winning, Rolly. We got to get away from a lot of people just need to realize having power is a great thing, but if you can't put your punches together to be able to touch your opponent, then that power is useless. Again, if you can't put your punches together to actually touch said opponent, having power is pointless. When a motherfucker could just outbox you, having that power don't mean nothing. So I see Devin smothering the shit out of a lot of his work. I see him smothering a lot of his shit, holding. We know how Devin do. He gonna jab him, keep him at a distance, keep him at the end of his jab, and then if he gets close, he gonna clutch. He gonna be the clutch master that whole night. Jay Gibbs says, "Tiny Ben mid-sense escape respectfully." Telling you, especially AJ Gibbs, especially in the days of natural beauty. Like, nigga, you had Aaliyah back then. You had just baddies like Nia Long, who still fine today. Like, come on, bro. Like, and like I said, natural beauty still rules today, I feel, but that was just the days of no BBLs, no breast implants, none of that. It's just straight natural beauty. Yes, they wear makeup, but it wasn't super caked on like how some of these. That's another conversation to have. Like, why do some of these makeup artists be having these women look like transsexuals? Like, that's not the look, man. That's real bad. And just looking at some of the transformations that you see on some of these chicks, you be like, man, that's real bad. That's real bad. It's horrible. It's like, man. Be taking a chick from Freddy Krueger to Beyonce. I'm like, these makeup artists really, they need real awards. How they be changing chicks. And it's like, I wonder these chicks, like, how long do they keep that makeup on? Because once they take that shit off, they change them back into Freddy Krueger. They back into Freddy Krueger. So, shit, they need it. I ain't gonna give them that idea. Talking about they need to make some makeup that they can wear for a month or two. That'll be just bogus. But we get it. Chicks, they're making their faces up every day. We understand the industry that's one of the most booming industries that people are slept on, is the makeup industry. Like, they make so much money. And I see why. A lot of these chicks, they don't want to look like themselves. Jay Gibbs says, Rolly took his meds and changed his mind. Yeah, Buddy is, man, I'm like, man, what's going on? But things change, and again, I got Devin beating Rolly. I feel Devin learned his lesson against Ryan. Deep down, Devin understands that it didn't have shit to do with the Osterine. He understands that it had everything to do with the fact that Ryan is just too fast, and Ryan has real power. He understands that. That's why, as we've seen, he's been going back and forth. Remember, for the long, I don't want to fight. I don't want to rematch. Like, he's been going back and forth for the longest. And then talking about the 24, 365, 24/7 Vado. I mean, testing. Manager Marty already debunked how fake that shit is. So if you running around here still really believing that Devin is on getting tested while he's not even fighting, like, you just a straight up bozo. I understand, like, there's a lot of bozos in this motherfucker, but yeah, that's not happening at all. It's all a game. It's all a facade. Props to manager Marty for debunking that bullshit. That's why people so mad. That's why cats are so mad at. This is like when you tell the truth, cats get the. Those are the cats where they're the most mad at. Cats who tell the truth of the situation and kill a narrative. That's why it's important to not be a surface thinker. You got to look below into the details and see what it really is. The situation. Big sis Quee, what's up? How you doing? I appreciate you sliding through. Allergic to the truth. Professional lube job. Fly pelican. Yeah, this is definitely a must win for Dev. It definitely is a must win. I mean, his brand is on the line at this point. His brand is on the line. But that boy is scared. He understands what Ryan brings to the table. I don't know why, how he allowed these lame ass YouTubers to, and I'm gonna just say the names, nigga. The LGBTQ community, the cult members. I don't know how he allowed them to put into his head that Ryan was a C-level fighter. I don't know how. I don't know what made Devin. And this is the thing. Like, Devin is mad and going off about. This is the main reason why I feel like Devin and company is so mad over the whole situation with the Ostarine. They understand that, okay, it's a possibility that he was on Ostarine. Well, okay, let's just say we have to say that he was on Ostarine because that's what we seen in the system, right? But I think the biggest issue is the fact that Devin understands that he was on that. He was on the undetectables from his boy that just passed away. He understands. He's like, man, how did this dude do me like this while I'm on these undetectables? Like, what's going on? Like, this is crazy. Like, how did I get this dirty while I'm on undetectables like that? There's no way that should happen. That's why they're so upset about it. So, of course, they're going to question. I've seen him and Shakur, they joined forces as far as trying to, it looks like, we already know what Shakur is doing. He's basically referring to, he was basically saying that Ryan looks like he was against, basically saying he's an Ostarine. That's what he's basically just trying to say, that he was cheating and shit like that. But I mean, I know for sure Shakur ain't scared of nobody or nothing, but I feel that a lot of these guys, they're just trying to make business sense of everything, and they just want to be paid what they deserve. But at this point, as we see, a lot of these guys are just overpaid, and that's something that they're just gonna have to come down off their high horses and get what they're actually worth versus getting overpaid. And that's the reason why a lot of these cats ran to Turkey, because Turkey was not vastly overpaying them, but definitely overpaying them for what they're worth. Because once you overpay somebody once for what they're not worth, then they automatically believe that, they expect to get that continuously. So that's what that is. Yes, Quee, big sis. The entitlement and the audacity is at an all-time high with these guys. And so, one thing I do hate about just the way boxing talk is, I don't like that a lot of people are talking about the contracts and shit, because at the end of the day, ain't none of us seeing none of that money. Like, we should not care. We should not be talking about it. But it is what it is. I understand, but it ain't got shit to do with none of us. And that's why I just can't get I just had to really remove my feelings from a lot of this shit. Like, yes, it sucked to see what happened to Errol Spence. I'm still an Errol Spence supporter, but at the end of the day, that was a multi-million-dollar ass whooping he got. So it is what it is. You know, he took a he took an L, but his family is lovely, eating good, living good. So I just can't. I'm not getting broke. No, I ain't getting broke. None of that money. Ain't none of that coming to LDTV's account. So how can I really just? Nah, man. Hell no. Old boy said BTC third. I don't know who you are, but you talking about been telling y'all Crawford was way better. Um, I mean, me, since you're in my chat, I've never not hated. I've never hated Crawford at all. I don't hate any of these guys, man. I don't hate any of these guys. But if you happen to be correct, if you were saying that, then you're just right. Like, I have no issue with being wrong. And if I'm wrong on something, I can be like, hey, I stand corrected on that. That's why I can give my picks and not get caught up in if I'm right or wrong. Nobody has a perfect record at picking fights. So I don't give a fuck. Big Sis Quee said, I'll always support Arrow. Oh, hell yeah, definitely support Arrow. For sure. Looking forward to him coming back and putting the beats on Timmy. At this point, man, I feel that Arrow is healed, completely healed. He's been sitting out chilling. Yes, he's been out of ring for a good longer than I wanted him to be, but he got to do what's right for him and his family. That's what's most important. What I want him to do doesn't matter compared to what he needs to do for his family. Tried it though, real early. I'm trying to prove a point. I know, right? We know. One thing we know for sure is that trolls don't sleep. They got all the time in the world. Cause they ain't got no job. We know. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no ambition. But yeah, I decided, man, that I'm just gonna go live maybe twice a week. Again, I feel like less is more. So I don't have no reason to be going live 3 or 4 times. I mean, I could do it, but I just whatever, man. I let y'all have it, and I do videos here and there and shit like that. Jay Gibbs says, man down. Big Sis Quee said, they should be reading job applications. Team no job. This nigga's a savage. Oh man, if you it's bad business to have kids or just call yourself a man and you just ain't trying to do your part. We get it that there's a we get it that it's a challenge out there. It's a challenge out there, and but you got to be doing something, man. Let me tell y'all this, man. My first job here in South Florida was Panera Bread, and this is when I had no kids, right? I had no kids, but you got to do what's best for you. And so my first job here was Panera Bread. I love Panera Bread. I just went to Panera Bread. Wife and we went to the Panera Bread, I think Sunday night. I still love Panera. And I had to go inside because it was just real nostalgic. When I didn't go to the one I used to work at. Actually, the one I used to work at is no longer even up. It was one on South Beach. And like, there's a high turnover and shit on South Beach. And so that shit is gone now. But just going into any Panera is pretty much the same as any other Panera Bread. And Hey man, I had to do what I had to do. I had to. I was filling out all types of applications. Even I was gonna be like what do you call those people again? Not a chauffeur, but a valet. I even filled out for valet. I filled out for hotels. I didn't care what I was. I was just trying to get in the door because the saying goes is that once you get one job, once you get in somewhere, you're gonna be able to just. It's like after you get that first job, you just start getting all these opportunities, and that's what happened. I mean, I have to say, even though I'm back into what I went to school for, like I went to school for auto body and shit, so painting and working on cars, and so even though this is what I would rather do because it pays more, you know what I'm saying? But I have to say that Panera Bread was like my favorite fucking job. I met some of the coolest motherfuckers, like some of the coolest motherfuckers in Miami from Panera Bread. A lot of cool, great black folks from Overtown, from Miami Gardens, from all the hoods from Little Haiti. I swear they all came from all over to work at this place, and so cool. I mean, of course you can't play with them. Don't get me wrong, but just some great people, man. Big Sis Quee said my first job was in high school in 1997, making $5.15 an hour at McDonald's by my high school. Yo, McDonald's was my first job too. I love Mickey D's, man, and that's when I really was mostly fluent in Spanish around that time. So I used to have it's funny, I used to have the Mexicans super cool, had them make me a double filet sandwich before they, like, now I think nowadays they sell the fucking double filet, but I used to have them I used to have the Mexicans make me double filet sandwiches. Man, they was always showing love, but that's my favorite sandwich at McDonald's when it's the filet sandwich, filet o fish. She said, and paying bills at home back then, paying my way, not just at home, not paying any. Hey, sis, I remember, 16 going on 17 years old. Jay Gibbs says, my first job I flipped Whoppers at for $6.50. Man, hey Jay Gibb, I just had some Whoppers the other day. Them Whoppers hit. I'm telling you, and not the vegan joints. I had the Whopper. Man, them shits is fire. I worked the front counter instead of the drive-through. When I was at McDonald's, my first station was the fries, and then I got to the counter. Yeah, I went to the front counter. I wanted to go to drive-through just so I can be in a cut and really get sandwiches slid to me on the side, but that never happened. I ended up leaving by then. But the end-all, be-all of the point is that you just got to do what you got to do to provide for yourself. And if you got kids out there, you got to do something. You got to just do something to contribute. Even if what you're doing is not equal to what your partner is doing, you got to do something, man. You can't just be sitting on your ass talking like you're doing something when you ain't doing a damn thing. Because that's just, I don't know how a motherfucker could really look at themselves in the mirror like that. I couldn't do that. I got to do something. So yeah, it was a situation where I had to, it allowed me to be real down to earth when I worked at Panera. And it was just, like I said, that's my favorite job to this day, Panera, when I worked there. Besides my first job, of course, but when you're out of that industry for so long, like I said, I'm in the auto body industry. So I've been I graduated from tech school in 2002 when those towers fell. And so I've been an auto body since then. So being an auto body for that long and then leaving it and kind of going back into the fast food, it was real, I hate the word, but it was real like humbling. It really like, man, real allowed me to be real down to earth and really just appreciate people. And look, I had managers that were like 19, 18 and get you. At this time I'm like 32. 33 or something like that. I had managers, and I just had to, I just had to man up and make the best of my situation, man. I had to man up and just make the best of my situation. And so there is no way in hell that you can't just man up and make the best of your situation for yourself and for, like I said, your kids. Queen said everybody came to see me and flirt. I was mean as hell back then. A lot of just fine like that. Look in the mirror look in the mirror and see an empty shell of themselves. Man, it's sad. You know what? That is damn. You know what? One thing that I thought was fucked up when I worked at McDonald's is like you realize that they really have regular customers like every day, and so there's these moms that will come to McDonald's, and I would, of course, I know their order by heart at this point, and I'm like, man, you feeding these kids this every day? Like, god damn. And of course, this is a time when there was really no cell phones like that. I mean, okay, well, they had cell phones, but they weren't as advanced as it is today, right? Like, you can't just sit there and text all day. So the parents actually had to pay attention to their kids. That was the best thing about it. But to feed them that shit every day, that ain't what's up, man. And like I said, and there's, you know what else is weird? One of the weirdest customers I had was a motherfucker come to McDonald's and like, yeah, I want the I want the Big Mac with no meat. Like, what? Like, why the fuck are you here if you want no meat? The meat is pretty much the whole point of coming to get a burger. Like, so motherfuckers come here, they want the whole, like, they want the onions, the pickle, ketchup, mustard. They want all that just on a bun. So imagine a Big Mac just with no meat in that shit. So Cass is wild, man. Got to start somewhere instead of depending on other folks, man. Straight up, yeah. You got to, man. You got to. Again, depending on anybody, you become a slave to them. And then that person actually becomes an enabler. So just ain't what's up. Yep, the customers love me. My classmates was the problem. Yeah, you know how niggas be. They come through, they want to get the hookup. Niggas always want the hookup. Like they didn't know what they wanted. I already had their order on screen waiting for them to pay. Hey, straight up, Queen. Straight up. Like, hey, I already got it. Just give me your card. Or back then, they was writing checks still and shit. Like, yeah, okay, just give me your card. Write that check out. Man, that's crazy, man. Like I said, it's crazy just to think back. Like, motherfuckers was oh yeah. And I worked through that Beanie Baby craze back in the day. When I swear I had these two chicks. These two, of course, they were Caucasian moms. They fought over Beanie Babies because the Beanie Baby that I was giving the lady behind her, there was this mom that was behind her. She was getting a Beanie Baby that the lady in front wanted, and the lady didn't want to trade because it's actually the one that she wanted. And it was a brawl in that bitch over Beanie Babies. And it's crazy because those Beanie Babies today, they're worth a lot of money, man. They're worth a lot of money. She says, I've been like this for a long time. A burger with no soul. Man, J Gibb. All buns, bruh. Like, who the fuck is... Hey, to each his own. You paying for this shit, whatever. You gotta eat this shit. But yeah, again, like I said, y'all, I'm gonna cut it down only twice a week. Again, I got that 5K Saturday. So I think like Big Sis Queen, she suggested I'm probably gonna do it before and after that motherfucker. I gotta remember. I'm definitely gonna take a picture of the crowd out there. So yeah, y'all look forward to seeing me live again. I'll probably go live again Thursday morning because I missed yesterday. I meant to come on yesterday, but I'm like, fuck it. But yeah, y'all, twice a week is gonna be me as far as going live, and then other than that, I got the little videos cracking and everything. Man, just trying to stay active, just trying to do all I can do. Again, this is free 99 just because I love doing it, man. It's fun. It's fun for me. It's fun. I enjoy it. Again, if I have okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, real honest with y'all, real vulnerable. I'm addicted to my phone. I have to say it. I'm addicted to my phone. So I feel like I have to do, at least I actually got to do something productive. I have to do something productive instead of just be a consumer. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just my perspective on things. It's like, instead of just being a consumer, let me, plus, like I said, it's me getting out of my comfort zone and actually speaking, and because I like to just be quiet. That's why I love being in chats, because like I can just say things here and there and just, look on and observe, but I just feel it's better for me to be something that I love to do. I might as well be a, creator, so for the most part though, I'm trying to stay off my phone a lot more. It's tough, but it's just something I gotta do, and be in my kids and wives' faces. That's the main intention. You gotta stay in your kids' faces. That's why, like I said, like Quee, she goes on the most perfect time because that's at night. But that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of y'all that be doing these 2-hour lives and shit, man, I'm not staying for that fucking long. Fuck that. I got other shit to do. I can't sit in the fucking. I'll maybe leave, come back, leave. That's what I continuously do. I leave and come back, leave and come back, leave and come back. That's what I do. I can't sit in there for these 2 hours like y'all be doing and shit. Fuck all that. It's Quee just goes on the perfect time to where it's at night and ain't nothing going on, so I can sit in that bitch. But oh man, but yeah. Oh, Skills, what's up, man? I appreciate you sliding through. But yeah, man, again, I'll be alive again. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, I don't know. Maybe Friday because it's right before my little run and shit. Especially by then, something else will probably pop up that I want to speak, a couple things. But man, yeah, man, y'all have a blessed Tuesday. Much love to all y'all, man. That got genuinely love for me. And let me say this before I get up out of here. I get it, a lot of people, they love to say blessings to all. But for me, I like to concentrate my blessings to people who I know truly got love for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into just anymore. I'm not into just sending out blessings just for no damn reason. Nah, man. Let me concentrate my blessings to people who got real love for me, and let it be that. That's how I look at it. So I just don't want to be out here just sending out energy just for no damn fucking reason. I just want to be intentional about my shit that I'm sending out. That's all. Yeah, I want to be intentional about the energy that I send out. So for those that truly genuinely got love for me, man, of course, I'm wishing you the greatest Tuesday ever of your life imaginable. I wish you all the miracles that today can bring you. To the people who don't got love for me, I wish you a continuous miserable life. Because you're already miserable as fuck. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But onward and upward. I'll need your applause. Blessed Tuesday to all my comrades. And to the next one, I'm gone.